And the crowd goes silent. Well, hey, welcome back to Crosses and Cleats. We are glad that you are joining us. You kind of may have heard Shane allude to, we're calling this episode 10.5 or 10.2, take two, whatever, because we started last podcast. And I said, well, fellas, we've made it to 10 episodes. And it wasn't. It was episode 9.
Hey, we're just looking forward to things, all right?
That's right. We're just looking forward to things, Kev.
Numbers are numbers, Dennis. As long as there's enough in the bank account to cover the bills,
that's right. Numbers don't mean anything.
That's
The
the
money
important
don't
thing.
matter. If
That's
you still
right.
got checks, buddy, you're good.
So yeah, welcome, and we're glad that you've joined us for episode 10. Officially, we have officially made it to episode 10. We do have one guest for sure coming up on the podcast here in just a couple weeks.
You better be here.
Yeah, he better be here. We're going to leave that as a cliffhanger, and we've talked about some others and things. So yeah, if you keep joining in, hopefully we'll be having some guests on. And so, fellas, anything to start? How things been going in your guys' lives?
Nobody's mowed grass yet.
Well, hang on. Before you say that, have you mowed grass yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, I have seen people mow grass.
This year already?
Yes. None of my people have mowed grass. How's that?
I have not. I will say it was probably Sunday before the snow came.
Before winter came back?
Yeah, before winter came back for the 45th time this year.
Yeah.
On Sunday, I did notice that the grass, it is starting to grow.
It's very green.
It is
growing.
green, yeah.
Yeah.
What's
So-
worse, though? The snow, the rain, or the wind? Those daily of just pounding winds.
Yeah, that's not fun.
It's
all of those.
It ripped one of my old gutters off my house.
yeah.
All of those are
It's
crap.
going to rip something up too.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's always ugly. All three of those bring it ugly. It's never, you don't walk outside and the sun's shining bright, but it's zero.
I mean, some people will probably argue with you on snow. Snow can be beautiful.
When it first falls, I will not argue with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But when it's been here
But
for
yeah,
a week, it's ugly.
I don't disagree with you there for sure.
Sometimes when it snows every day for a week, it's
Well,
ugly.
I just about messaged my buddies that live south, particularly my roommate from college. Shout out, John, roommate from college. Lives down in Savannah, Georgia. Savannah. Got to roll off your lips like molasses. Savannah. I was going to message him. It snowed. We got that foot. That was right before I went to that conference. And that was February 1st. So it snowed January, 30th, 31st. We still had snow in our parking lot. Now, again, this was from them plowing it and pushing it all up together, in a pile. We still had snow in our parking lot in March. It was like the first week of March. So we had snow on the ground here at church for over a month.
It stayed below freezing for 4 or 5 weeks and below zero for a couple weeks.
Yeah,
I think.
don't get me started on that. You know what I've been dealing with at my house for that. But I think at one point it was 17 straight days, or maybe it was 14 straight days, somewhere around 2 weeks straight, where the high temperature did not get over 17 degrees.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm ready for old man winter to go away.
And you show the video of the water rolling in, destroying your Christmas tree, and
Yeah,
you make me feel better.
Thank you, Kev. Thank you. Yeah.
Both of you guys.
I didn't even try. There was no salvaging that. I just was
We
like,
got a problem.
Yeah, I
here.
was like, okay. So, long story short, we had some issues with the freezing temperature, froze a water line, started leaking. It wasn't gushing, but it started leaking, had to get it replaced, got it replaced. And then the hole that they created to come into my house to put a new PEX line in, they had put some kind of filler concrete or something in there to seal it. Then about 3, 4, 5 days after they did that work, we got 6 inches of rain in what? A 24-hour period, something like that?
5 minutes.
5. And I've got some issues with gutters and things like that where they need to be rerouted and all that. But anyway, all of a sudden, Kaylin and Micah come running upstairs. Dad, there's water pouring into the basement. And I'm like, what is going on? So I run down there, and it's where they had installed that PEX line. And the whatever filler they had put in there had blown out. And there was just water just pouring into my basement. And I had just put my Christmas tree in a cardboard box because they're so big they won't fit in a tote. So if anybody out there has a suggestion on, you got a 7-foot artificial tree, what in the world do you store that thing in besides its original cardboard box that is big enough for it to fit in?
The container.
The container.
Yeah.
That's just what it's called, the container.
Well, I call it the corner of the house where we used it.
Yeah.
Just leave it there.
Just leave it there. Yeah. So, I put the Christmas tree right down because that was a little storage area. I got a little storage area there, and that's where the water line comes into the house. And lo and behold, that water's gushing in and pouring all over the cardboard box where my Christmas tree is. So, no more Christmas tree. Got to buy a new one this year.
I should have added my video to our group chat.
Yeah.
To go, instead of sending it to you, I should have sent it there to Kevin as well, so we could all enjoy that together.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
For you had water come into your house under your floor. Yeah.
Yeah. Broke my stovepipe.
And you said it ran down the stovepipe.
Yeah. Ran in the garage, it wrecked some stuff. We enjoy it.
Yeah, we've had. It's not been a fun winter, fellas. Yeah. So last time we read James chapter 1, verses 19 through 21. So we're going to reread that real quick, just briefly discuss that, and then we're going to get into verses 22 through 25 today. So James 1, verses 19 through 21 read, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. Therefore get rid of all moral filth and the evil that is so prevalent, and humbly accept the word planted in you, which can save you." And I think, if I remember right, Shane, you were talking about last time, you wanted to talk about that evil that is so prevalent, right? Like
so much of it.
Yeah. And we kind of talked about, we got into this a little bit about, what would it look like if our society got rid of all moral filth. And we talked about, some things that we feel contribute to that moral filth in our society, entertainment, TV, social media, cell phones, that sort of thing. And we talked about how we feel like, in general, as a whole, if we just got rid of those things, I think society would be better off. But Shane, did you want to hint at, that it says there, and get rid of all moral filth and the evil that is so prevalent?
Well, the big thing is like all of the rumors you see with all the government people, maybe even the Epstein stuff, all of the that's the huge ugly, but it sneaks into your life and the phone and the ads and I would imagine because of our age we don't even know what the newest coolest thing is that the kids probably know about already that we don't, and that is what concerns me is our youth getting wrecked before they even know what's up.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. That evil, I mean, it just seems like it's just always just right there at your doorstep, Kev. Like that evil is just kind of always there, lurking.
If you have kids, there's not enough you can do to circumvent.
Sure, but I feel like it's that way for all people, though.
I
mean,
for
think
sure.
about our own individual lives. Like I know, if I'm not constantly just trying to focus on God and Scripture and the
Absolutely.
Word and prayer and things like that, boy, it's very easy to get, as James said, it's very easy to get dragged away.
Yes.
And enticed by there's just so much evil.
We have a choice, though, of how much we want to participate and get off center.
That's true.
Well, I think, a lot of times a lot of people, they probably want to do that other stuff, so it's real tempting. It's real easy for them to get there, especially people younger in their faith, it don't, if you've battled with things, the regret, the remorse you feel of after, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And people that are young in their faith that don't hit them the same as, you know, once they have their relationship with God, and it doesn't hit them the same. So it's, you know.
Yeah, Shane, you're exactly right. In fact, what you're talking about, it's interesting that you mentioned this because you weren't able to join us for men's Bible study again last night, but we talked about that in our study last night. The guy that we're studying with, J.D. Greer, he mentioned how there was, I think there was someone else. He got it from someone else, but this person had talked about how our lives are almost like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
No joke.
To where,
Wow.
and that was from, we were studying Romans chapter 7, so you guys can look that up and see, because it's where Paul talks about the good that I want to do, I don't do, and the bad that I don't want to do, I find myself doing. And he was like, it's almost, and it's a very great analogy. If you don't know the analogy of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, it's Dr. Jekyll is kind of the good guy that lives by day, and then Mr. Hyde, and I didn't realize this until he said it last night. We were studying that. Mr. Hyde actually stands for, it's short for Mr. Hideous.
Oh,
I never knew that.
I didn't know that.
Mr. Hyde comes alive at night, and that's when he does, horrible things. And it's so, I mean, there's all kinds of parallels you can draw there, too. Mr. Hyde comes out at night in the darkness when the light isn't present,
You're absolutely, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, and so, but I feel like that's the way it is. I mean, I know I've had lots of moments in my lives where, I've kind of felt like, the old cartoon where you've got the angel on this shoulder and the demon on this shoulder, and it's like, okay, which one are you going to listen to, right?
Well, the big thing is to not get confused. When you're deciding what to listen to, be clear in where you're headed. Don't be misled that you're going to do this because maybe this is what God wanted for you. If you're not sure, research, dig, read, ask somebody.
Yeah.
Don't be misled.
And the whole point is, and the point that we want to make is, it's not all doom and gloom. The point that he made was, if you read Romans chapter 7, is that we aren't in a battle that we can't win. And his argument was, we are actually in a battle that we can't lose. And when you look at it that way, from that perspective, it just completely changes your mindset. And the reason he says that is because we're in a battle we can't lose because Jesus won't let us.
Amen.
He's promised to never leave us nor forsake us, forgive us, time and time and time and time again. Therefore, as long as we stay faithful, we do what we need to do, then we're in a battle that we can't lose. And that should give people some hope.
Still a battle.
Still a battle, absolutely. Yeah.
And some stability.
And stability.
Yes.
Yeah, great point, Kev. Yeah, so now we get into James verses 22 through 25. So we're in chapter 1, so I'm going to read those. Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says is like someone who looks at his face in a mirror and after looking at himself goes away and immediately forgets what he looks like. But whoever looks intently into the perfect law, that's Jesus, by the way, that gives freedom, and continues in it, not forgetting what they have heard, but doing it, they will be blessed in what they do. And so it says there immediately in verse 22, do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. This is one of the reasons why I love studying the book of James, because a lot of times, some authors of scripture and things like that, they can make things to where even a lot of times Paul will write things and it's like, what exactly is he trying to say here? But James doesn't do that a lot. It's like, hey, listen here, people. This is what, and he says right here, don't just listen to, what you hear, what you read. No, he says, do it. Do it. Now, that's not always easy, right? But James is saying, you read scripture and it says to do this, then do it. It says to not do this, then don't do it. What do you guys think about that?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it is, because it sounds so simple.
It does. It does. One breath.
Yeah.
One breath, but weeks and months and years of battle for lots of folks there.
Yeah. Yeah, and last night in Bible study, we talked about how in Romans chapter 7, it talks about how there was no sin before the law came into existence. For instance, in the Garden of Eden, before God told Adam and Eve, before he told them, don't eat or touch this tree, there was no wrong. Does that make sense? You get that? Like there was no sin.
There was no sin.
Yeah, no sin, no wrong.
But
then
don't you find the more complex we make things, it's just more of a mess?
Yes, that's where I'm getting
This
to.
is really, it's not easy, but
the concept is
the
simple.
more simple we keep things, it seems to go better.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But.
No, I agree with you. But
Well, look at the junk the complexity of this. Look at the junk this adds to our life.
he's holding up his cell phone, by the way, if you couldn't see. Yeah.
Just think what that adds to our life.
Oh.
In the right situation, it's your friend.
Yeah.
But in 95% of situations, that.
Yeah. Last year when I took Micah and I went, actually this time of year on spring break, we went to a place called Shechem Ministries in Kentucky. It's a place where ministers of churches of Christ and Christian churches can fill out an application and go down there and stay for free. It's a cabin. Great thing if you're a minister or in ministry. Even youth ministers can do it. Cool place. It's called Shechem Ministries. You can look it up if you're anywhere near. It's between Louisville and Lexington in Kentucky.
Louisville.
Not Louisville. Louisville.
Louisville.
Pay the toll, Dennis.
Pay the toll. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I always go around it, Kev. I'm too cheap. I drive through the city to avoid
Pay the
the
toll, Dennis.
But my point in bringing that up is last year when I was down there, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Like, I mean, you're up in kind of in the hills of Kentucky, and cell service is horrible. And you know what, Shane? I loved it.
Life is good.
I did. I loved it. There was like 2 places on the property where I could get cell service and be able to catch up on things that I needed to catch up on. I didn't go to those 2 places very often. Like, I made sure that the people here at church knew, hey, I'm going on vacation down here with Micah, and I told them, I said, self-service is horrible, so if you try to get a hold of me, there's a good chance I'm not going to get a hold of you right away. And yeah, it was wonderful. It was fantastic.
In emergencies, family, kids, wife, it's got a place.
Sure.
It really does. But
anyway, I was going back to, Kevin, you were talking about, like, it says here, do what it says. We talked about in Bible study last night about how a lot of times, and I think this is particularly maybe more for men than it is women. I could be wrong. But when we're told to do something, or particularly if we're told not to do something, what is it that we want to do then? Like if someone tells you, hey, don't push that button over there, what do you want to do?
I tell my kids all the time.
You want to go over there and push that button, don't you?
Yeah, I tell my kids all the time, drive fast and text.
Yeah, because it's like, Dad's telling us to drive fast. Oh, well, I guess I won't. Shane's using the reverse psychology, right, Shane? Yeah. But I mean, it is. That's the way it is. Like
human nature.
Yeah, the law tells us, hey, don't do this. Don't be a drunkard. And yet, I remember growing up when I was a teenager, wanting to experience, what it was like to drink alcohol. It's just you read those things and all that, and it's like it makes you want to do those things. And again, that's coming from the evil one, obviously. But yeah, James makes it simple here. Don't just read it. Don't just hear it. Do it.
Absolutely.
Do what it says.
And I think the younger you are, you just think, it's all going to be okay.
Yeah.
Well, and
that's
a lot
true.
Of times,
and you feel like you're more bulletproof.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
you have a lot more time.
Because you got a lot of years left.
Yeah.
Ignorance
It's
is bliss.
it's all going to be cool.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good point, Kev. And then verses 23 through 25 say, anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says is like someone who looks at his face in a mirror and after looking at himself goes away and immediately forgets what he looks like. Well, sometimes I'd be okay with that. I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm not looking so great here.
That chrome's leaking out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And do you really care at this point, though, Dennis?
No, I really don't. But his point is, like, if you're going to look into the mirror, there's a reason. There's a reason you look into a mirror. and you don't look into a mirror so that you can immediately then forget what it is that you saw when you looked in a mirror. That's the point that James is making. It's like, no, if you read scripture or whatever, then you don't just immediately forget what you read and is like, oh yeah, who cares about that? No, it's like, no, you have a reason for doing it, and so you need to follow it. And then verse 25 says, but whoever looks intently into the perfect law, like I said, that's Jesus, that gives freedom and continues in it, not forgetting what they have heard, but doing it, they will be blessed in what they do. And so James is in a roundabout. He could have said, but whoever looks intently into their relationship with Jesus, that's what he could have said and made it more simple. But he, was talking about, he basically is mentioning the law. So then he refers to Jesus as the perfect law because he was. But whoever looks intently into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues in it, not forgetting what they have heard, but doing it, they will be blessed in what they do. And fellas, how fitting is that in our lives when we actually take the time to focus more on Jesus, less on us, less on the hustle and bustle of life. But no, we're going to take time to focus more on Jesus. Doesn't our lives just seem to be in a little bit more order? I'm not saying less chaotic by any means, but just things just seem to be in place a lot more.
If you want peace in your life,
peace, yeah,
that's what you will do to get it.
Yeah.
If you want peace in your life, focus on your relationship with God.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point.
To me, that's all. That's focus on how you live your life, what you do, but focus on your relationship with God. And you'll find the peace, the crazy, the hustle, the bustle. That all will. It'll still be there.
Yeah.
But it'll be different.
But you'll enjoy the moment more.
Absolutely.
Of whatever because I think a lot of times we're so focused on the past, what's going to go. We don't enjoy right now.
Yeah. You're exactly right.
Well, has
Kev.
life
Yeah.
not got so crazy?
That you don't.
Well, and I'm thinking it from the other perspective, Kev, whereas we don't enjoy life right now because there's so many people who are looking forward to, well, if I can just get this done or just get this paid off, or if I can, my kids will, when they get just a little bit, and it's like, no, just enjoy the moment that you have now.
Yeah, wishing their life away, man.
Yeah. Is that what
Well, or just think of, did you watch any of the baseball
Classic?
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch any of it. I saw U.S. lost last night in the championship game. Venezuela, congratulations, Venezuela, World Baseball Classic champions.
It's no different anywhere. You go to a high school game, you go to, but there was this lady right behind home plate. It was when Venezuela played Italy.
Okay.
And right behind home plate, I don't know that she ever looked up from this.
You saw every time they showed her, she was looking down at her phone. Yeah,
and that's cool.
So you're saying what you're saying is she missed so much about being at the game.
But you see it in everything.
You know who's kind of the opposite of that, Kev? Our buddy Giggles.
Yeah.
Or Janky Pants.
Yeah.
Shane. Yeah, like
she enjoys the moment.
She does.
Of what that's
like,
good.
We will go to a baseball game or even a football game, and she's not so much enjoying the sports, but she just loves people watching.
Yeah.
She's oh, look at the cheerleaders. Look at what they're doing. Oh, and there are times when she's texting.
Does Micah do that? Does he look what the cheerleaders are doing?
Well, probably. There are times when she's texted me before a game, and she'll text me and be like, "Oh, you all are toast. Their cheerleaders are on point tonight." Like she'll text me that you guys are getting beat. It's like it's just so funny. But yeah,
she's got an eye for
yeah. So yeah, she's kind of that exact opposite to where, she's not so tethered and attached to that phone, or just other things in general. But she enjoys, the social aspect as far as watching people and seeing, how people are reacting and what's going on and things like that.
And people like that are unique.
Yeah.
Because there aren't very many like that nowadays.
Oh, trust me, she's unique, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
We love you, Lori.
Yeah, I love you, Lori.
You have to.
That's true. But in a way, reading this, it kind of just reminds me, kind of pointing out, it's a little bit it kind of reminds me of what you were kind of pointing to and leading to, Kevin, is it like learning from our past, right? Like we have to, I think there's an old saying that says, if you don't learn from history, then you're doomed to repeat yourself, right?
I think that's where we talk about our kids some, where we get frustrated with our kids.
Yeah.
Because they think we're morons.
Correct.
and you're trying to set them up
to succeed.
We've always done. We've all done some pretty stupid stuff. I know.
Amen.
I still do.
Yeah, and still do. Yeah. But they look at you. You're trying to help them.
But they look at you like you're a moron.
And
yeah, and that's the thing is they don't understand. Like we were teenagers. We struggled with sexual temptation. We struggled with the party scene, the drinking and carousing and all. Like, it may be done a little bit differently today than what it was in our time, but that same temptation was still there. Does that make sense? Like
same exact battle.
Yeah, same battle. That's right. Good point, Shane. It just may be the battle may be done a little bit differently, but it is the same battle.
Same battle.
And they don't understand that we can help them. That's what I've tried to get my kids to understand is that I'm not going to judge you. But I want to help you if you would just, talk to me and let me help you with whatever it is that you're struggling with. It's a great point. But learning from our past mistakes, it kind of, this will get me fired up.
All right,
it just kind of reminds me of the Colts draft process under Ballard. It's like this guy. First off, I don't understand. If you don't know who I'm talking about, Chris Ballard is a GM of the Colts, and I don't know how this guy has kept his job. I mean, I think he's going on year 11, maybe at 10, 11 years.
That many years already.
Thank you. See, Kevin, who's not even a Colts fan, is like, I can't believe that guy's kept his job for 10 or 11 years. I believe in that time we've made the playoffs maybe once or twice in 10 or 11 years, and that's just made the playoffs. I don't even know if we've won a playoff game.
Well, he just needs to spend more time jumping out of the porta potties.
Yeah, like Minuski. That's right.
Right, yeah.
Then we'd have a lot more success.
This guy's probably a little bit more buttoned up than that.
Buttoned up.
Oh, he's good in front of a camera.
He is. You're not wrong there. He is.
He's pretty proud.
But it seems like every year that it's the same. It's like, have you not learned? Like, nope, we're not going to take a quarterback. We like our guys. We're bringing in this guy. I mean, they did. I know people would argue with me. They did draft Richardson a few years ago. That didn't pan out. Now they're looking to trade him away. But it's like they just every single draft. It's like we need a corner. We need a corner, Ballard. We need someone that can cover these receivers.
Dennis, and traded away a couple number ones.
Correct. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting there. Trust me. Okay. But we need a corner, and I will say they will take some chances on some corner, but it's like they wait till like the 5th round, and how many 5th, 6th, 7th round players pan out to be really, really good players every year? It's not many. I mean, some. I understand that, but I don't know. It just seems like it's the same exact process year after year after year. We need this. Oh, no, we're not going to draft that. It's just so frustrating. But you're right. Last year, and I was excited when they got Sauce Gardner. That's what he goes by, Shane. Sauce.
The Sauce.
Sauce Gardner.
The Sauce.
I thought 2 first-round picks was a little steep, but I was okay in the time for giving that up because they needed it. They needed help covering receivers. They'd struggled with that forever. And then when they actually had a guy or two that was kind of good, decent, then they would get hurt. But
that day you were happy.
I was. I was happy.
And then it turns to dumpster fire real quick, doesn't it?
It did turn to dumpster fire real quick, Shane, because he got injured.
Ow.
Yeah. So they trade 2 first-round picks to get him, and then he gets injured and can't play.
I've told
how many
you
games in
Big Jacks and Rubes, your day was coming.
He played 1 game and then got injured. Yeah.
Sissy.
Yeah.
You guys were excited.
Right. Yeah, we were, and here we are again with Ballard. We keep saying it like history keeps repeating itself. We know right now. I can tell you right now. In fact, this is if we're still doing this podcast at the end of next football season, which we're hoping to, right around there. We're wanting to do this throughout this year and see where it goes. But it is March 18th. I'm going to go on record right now as saying March 18th, the Colts will finish this coming season either 8-9 or 9-8. That's what they're going to finish because that has been what the track record has been under Ballard. They may start really well. Shane, last year they started 8-2. 8-2.
Well,
you know what they finished?
No.
8-9. They went 0-7 to finish the year.
Well, can we go on one of those betting sites and put this in our favor?
Actually, you might be able to.
I think I'm gonna ride with Dennis and do this.
Ride with Dennis.
I think I'm gonna go put 20 on it. And
I'm telling you, put it right. They're either going to be 8-9 or 9-8.
I'll put 20 both ways.
And they're
towards
the end of the season. It's like, well, if they can just win these last 2 games, or if they can win 2 out of these last 3, they may make the playoffs. And it's like, nope, we're gonna finish.
Do you want to see them win? I'll bet on this, and they'll go to the top.
That's right. You'll lose your $20. Shit.
Hey, when that all goes right, all those fans owe me money. Okay.
But this frustrates you, doesn't it?
It does.
There's going to be a day where it's not going to frustrate you at all.
Apathy, fellas. Apathy.
Here it comes.
Apathy is worse than anger. It's the same thing I've got on our notes here. The Reds do the same thing. Now, there is situations a little bit different because we were talking.
The money.
I don't know if we were talking with you, Shane, or not, but the salary cap, or there is no salary cap in baseball. And so big market teams, I think we were talking to you about this.
Where does that money come from? How do
I don't know. It obviously comes from people attending games, but the Reds, they have people that
the money
attend games.
deals in TV, and our guest and
that's true.
a few weeks.
The TV deals.
TV deals are huge in everything
and
nowadays.
So what he's saying is like more people want to watch the New York Yankees, and so they'll be televised more. So they get more money from these networks for being televised on their programs, whereas the Reds don't get that. The Reds get televised on Fox Sports Ohio, which is Fox Sports, localized.
But that's
branch
changed
in Ohio
within the past few years, and it's changing again.
Has it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but last week we were talking, and you guys were talking about numbers like in the 500 million range and the 15-year deal. That's one player.
Oh, yeah.
How much money do they have to like?
I think
that just seems correct.
I'm not educated in this at all, so please, blast me on the internet if I'm way off on this. But I think we were talking about this. This was our after podcast discussion, wasn't it? Or was it during the podcast?
It was after.
It was after.
But a team like the Reds, I believe they'll spend about $100 million on their salary, and that's all of their that's like their major league franchise, their AAA, AA, and single A, right, Kev?
I actually looked it up on the Reds a few weeks ago. And
what was it?
And I don't remember. And what their
was it around $100 million
per year?
Yes, per year.
And I don't remember what their most
let me-
expensive player was and everything.
Let me look it up.
Wouldn't that be, though, a good job to have?
That would be a good job.
Even if you know that you're not going to win it all, go out there, give it your all every day.
There you go.
You're getting paid
2000
regardless.
And you're playing a game.
Yeah.
2000. Again, this is just real quick. I'm not, fact checking this at all, but 2026 estimated payroll for the Reds, $126 million.
Well, at least it ain't a lot of money.
I figured it was around. No, but listen to this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Let's look up the Dodgers.
The Plymouths.
Yeah. Yeah. Total payroll for the Dodgers estimated $370 million. There's your difference. So the Dodgers, the LA Dodgers, can pay out 3 times more the amount of money than the Reds can.
3.5 times.
Yeah, and so that's why I have the note on here. Every year, it seems like the Reds have a really good player, and they trade him away. And Kevin's exactly right. The reasons why, because they know they're not going to be able to pay him. He's going to want this Juan Soto type contract, which we talked about last year. Where he gets paid where he gets paid 10 years. Whatever, $400 million, whatever it is, and the Reds just can't do that. They can't. And so it just gets frustrating because it's going back to what I talked about, history repeating. It's just same old thing year after year after year after year after year. Because I do love the Reds, and I want to love the Reds, and I enjoy watching Reds baseball.
So love it in the moment, Dennis.
In the moment. Good call, Kev. Love it in the moment.
Enjoy it.
I want them to be good, and they just aren't. Kevin, you've got a note here.
Think that's how God feels about us. I want you to be good. You just aren't.
Shane, what a great.
That's probably exactly.
Yeah, what a great point. Yeah. What do you got? Look at him. There he goes again. I want Dennis to be good, but look at him. There he goes again. Yeah.
Sitting over there smiling, picking his nose.
What a great point, Shane. That is a great point. Last point. Hey, fellas, we got through everything on the paper today. Kevin, the Commodores have everything figured out after free agency. They're the smartest guys in the room.
So the illegal tampering period started on a Monday.
Okay.
And then the official league year started on Wednesday.
Okay.
Their fans
Okay.
were so upset that their general manager wasn't going out and making deals early.
Okay, so now, and Shane, you wouldn't know this, but a lot of, I think I've kept up with football enough to know, this is kind of opposite of what they did under Dan Snyder.
Oh.
Under Dan Snyder, they would go out and sign these kind of veteran, older players that he was hoping would pan out. They wound up not panning out usually.
Dana Stubblefield.
Yeah, Dana.
Big Daddy Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Albert Hainsworth.
I remember that.
He was
yep.
laying down on the goal line the first game. He was out of breath.
And so
but
now,
anyways.
under this new regime, they're kind of taking kind of Chris Ballard's approach because he's been for years. It's like, we like our guys. We're not going to sign. So you're saying they kept quiet.
But then they wanted this guy fired.
The GM
early in the week.
Do they have a GM?
Yes.
Oh, so they wanted the GM fired.
Yeah. And they didn't have a GM for years.
Right. That's why I was asking. Yeah.
But
because for years it was Dan Snyder, right? Wasn't he the president of football operations or whatever, and also the owner?
Bruce Allen, Benny Serrato.
Oh, it was Bruce Allen. That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Benny Serrato went in and
they wanted this new GM fired.
Yeah, I mean, all the talking heads but then towards the end of the week, middle to end, I mean, they said let Adam cook.
Oh, let him cook.
Let him cook.
What's his name? Adam
Peters.
Adam Peters.
Probably related to Grant Peters.
Darn right. Grant Peters. That's right.
Smart guys.
Darn tootin'. Yeah, let him cook, they said.
They love him. They love him. They're going to
Did you guys sign anybody?
Yeah.
Because the Colts have signed quite a few players.
Yeah.
None of them really big names, but they've signed quite a few.
Yeah,
players.
they signed quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So not any big names that I would know?
I don't know.
Yeah, because Colts, if I listed off the names, you probably wouldn't even know who they are.
Yeah, I mean, they signed an old Colt, their safety.
Which one? I don't even remember. I couldn't. We've had so many safeties over the last 5 years. I couldn't even tell you.
But that's I think that's what the devil does to us. He tempts us to think it's going to be something good, and we get on the bandwagon, and then it doesn't work.
Yeah. What a great
that is life right there.
Yeah, what a great way to wrap up this podcast.
They may be great next year. They may be great, but
as of right now, it looks enticing, is what you're saying.
Everybody's at the middle,
at
the beginning of the week. They just want to get rid of this guy, and at the end of the week, they love him.
Love him.
Just wait and see. Just wait and see.
Yeah. Great words of wisdom from you too, right? To wrap up this podcast, Kevin, saying Satan, he does make everything look so enticing. And then God looks down on us, Shane, and is like, man, I just want them to do good. But then ultimately, we know, I'm going to wrap this up by saying this. We're in a battle, fellas. And those of you listening, just realize and remember, you are in a battle that you cannot lose if you have Jesus in your life. Yeah, if you've given your life over to Jesus, we believe here in our church to be baptized. That's what Scripture says to do. So if you believe, you've given your life to Jesus, you've been baptized into him, you're in a battle that you cannot lose.
Amen.
And that should give you some hope. We'll end on a little hope on this podcast today, fellas. Any last nuggets of wisdom? Empty.
Hopefully we get some decent weather, Dennis.
Hopefully. It is coming. 70 degrees is coming. Micah and I are actually thinking about going fishing Friday.
Enjoy.
Kev. Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah. So, hey, thanks for joining us again. If you like what we're doing and talking about and just goofing around, just like and subscribe to our church's YouTube channel. Eventually, hopefully, we're going to get this out there in podcast land. And what I mean by that is like getting just the audio version into like Spotify or whatever. But for right now, we're just on YouTube. And thank you for joining us. And Lord willing, we'll see you next time.